Just recently, Cabinet has approved FDI in 100% FDI in commercial mining and related infrastructure for coal washeries, etc. Now, Niti Aayog is of the view that commercial mining should come up in a big way. Production should be the priority in auction of coal mines in India. What is your view on this, considering that power sector is the highest consumer of coal in India?
I agree with them 100%. In fact, I have, we've had a discussion, Mr. Joshi, the Minister of Coal, and me, 2 days back. We had a meeting and we had a discussion on this very same aspect. Now, our view is that the availability of coal has to increase, and it has to increase with a speed and scale which probably will not be possible with Coal India Limited. So we'll have to get players after international bids. Call it commercial mining, call it whatever. Mining for open sale, that's what is necessary. The Coal India Limited is producing about 600 million tons. We need to add at least 200-300 million tons more. And I want, if you ask me from Mr. Power, I want a situation where right now the setting up of a thermal generating asset is a delicensed activity. Anybody can set up a thermal power plant. Similarly, anybody should be allowed to set up a thermal power plant and access coal, because it's not sufficient delicensing setting up of a thermal power plant. It won't work unless you give him coal. So similarly, anybody should be free to set up a thermal power plant and buy coal from the market and sell in the market, sell electricity in the market. We have an electricity market. So that's where I'm coming from. And I conveyed this to the coal minister. He agrees by and large. So we'll move along in that direction.
On the renewable side, Andhra Pradesh has been in news for all the wrong reasons, especially for the power purchase agreement negotiations after the new government came in. It has deterred interest in India in a way. Ambassadors are reaching out to you. How do you think a sector like renewable...
countries are reaching out.
Yes. How much has it impacted? Do you think that will impact the investments in coming days?
It has impacted. You know, we were one of the fastest growing renewable energy capacities in the world. And this has really caused a setback. So I've spoken to the Chief Minister, I wrote to him. So then the Chief Minister came and met the Prime Minister and the Home Minister and explained his point of view. He gave us a letter, and that letter I have got, we will be replying to him. But the basic issue remains, as I pointed out. He said that there was some malpractice by the previous government in sort of contracting capacity. Now, our view is that if you find any cogent evidence, any material evidence to establish any malpractice in any particular case, he is free to take most stringent action. We would love that, that he takes stringent action in those cases. But you cannot, across the board, ask everybody to come for a reopen contracts. You cannot do that. That does not happen. So, and I wrote to him accordingly. Now, and it is not legally sustainable. In fact, all these producers went to the court and they got a stay, and they'll get damages. You see, the thing is that today or tomorrow, huge damages will be awarded against the state, which the state exchequer will have to bear. So this is ill-advised. You know, backing down renewables, or saying that nice, I will not buy renewables, or backing down renewables, whatever, it is ill-advised. Ultimately, as per the rules, all the renewables will have to be paid for, and they'll have to be paid for with interest.
But you know, renewable energy industry per se does have this problem of Andhra Pradesh specifically, but also some of the larger states down south have a lot of dues to these generators. And tariff cap is another issue that they have highlighted, and land acquisition. So how are you trying to ease of doing business for the renewable sector when we have a huge target of 175 gigawatt by 2022, which is just another 2 years from now?
You didn't let me finish my answer to your last question, so I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So because that is one point which needs to be made. Now the Chief Minister said that the power which was contracted for by the previous government was at high rates. Now we've compared it. And in fact the rates which were given, which were current in Andhra Pradesh at that point of time, were similar to or less than rates in other states at that point of time. So that basis does not hold. Now you come to other problems
the
of
other
land.
issues of the sector per se.
Land.
Even you spoke about priority lending for the renewable energy sector.
So
what happened to that?
So then the first off, insofar as the target is concerned, I have a target of 175 gigawatts. Out of that, 107 gigawatts is established or under installation. So I mean, we are there. Apart from that, a large capacity is under bid. Now, insofar as land is concerned, we've come out with a policy for the ultra mega power projects, UMPPs, on the line of UMPPs for thermal power. So we are forming UMPPs in collaboration with the states, and they will acquire land in collaboration with the states and set up the.
Which are the states, if I may?
So I mean 6, 7, 8 states, and they are all agreed. They are happy with it. So because they are partnering. And all my CPSUs are, partnering that.
Part of it.
So that will take care of the land issues. Transmission issues we are already taking care of. We worked out a transmission plan. A part of it has already been bid out or allotted for construction to the power grid, and other parts of it are online. So transmission also we have taken care of. In fact, the UMPP policy will make available land and transmission together.
Okay.
Yeah, so that the prices will
How much capacity is part of this UMPP, and what will be the quantum? Because in power it's 4,000 megawatt, around 4,000 megawatt.
So all told, we are targeting almost about 40,000 megawatts in this, 40 gigawatts.
But one tranche will be how much? One particular
depending
location?
on the size.
So it will vary. It will not be standard like 4,000 megawatt.
Depending on the size of the land mass available. And so we are confident of getting there, despite this fact. Now, as far as the dues of southern states are concerned, that is another problem.
Yeah.
Yes, and it is a problem related not to renewable energy or thermal energy. That is irrelevant. As to the source from which energy is coming is not relevant. What is relevant is the capacity of the distribution company to pay. Now, that has been eroded for a number of states. I will not name those states. But, yes.
But you must name and shame if they are not performing.
I mean, I'm not in the business of naming or shaming. I talk to the chief ministers, I talk to the energy ministers, that is fine. So, but there are states which have seen a rapid erosion of the capabilities of the distribution companies and their ability to pay. And that is because of a number of things. One, of course, is the policy of the state government in announcing subsidies without giving that money upfront to the distribution companies. That is one. So they announce huge subsidies, they do not have the money to pay for it. So there are subsidy backlogs.
Yeah.
So the distribution companies are hamstrung in paying for the power which they purchased. The transmission, the inefficiencies in billing and collection are less in the southern states. Their inefficiencies and theft are less. The sort of omission to revise the tariffs as the prices go up year after year. You know, you have one state which has not revised tariffs for the past 3 years.
Past 3 years, yes.
Yes. So the price of electricity which the consumer pays is less than the average power purchase cost of that discom. So how do you expect that discom to be able to pay for the power? So gradually, so now, so they are having to take loan to buy the power. That is the problem. Now I've been talking to these states, working with them to resolve this. I have said that, my view is that it's your sovereign right to announce whatever subsidy you want to. Go ahead. But you want to buy power, you'll have to pay for it. So gradually, once this policy decision which was taken and which was implemented of having of making it mandatory to give an upfront LC before you get power, will gradually force all states to become responsible.
Okay. Many thanks for joining us here on CNBC-TV18. It's always a pleasure. So that was Minister for Power and New and Renewable Energy, hoping for the best for the DISCOMs with slew of measures that central government will come and make DISCOMs operationally and financially more independent.